Hey guys, let's get right into this. So the Daytona 500's complete. First things first, I've been watching NASCAR a very long time, and it's when I saw the wreck with Ryan Newman, it was devastating, and right away it just gave me flashbacks of Dale Earnhardt and that unfortunate day and the type of wreck and everything. It just seemed so violent. And when they started putting the black curtains up and stuff that you saw on Twitter, that it kind of made me think the absolute worst. I woke up at 5:30. I went to bed shortly after that because I was tired. I woke up at 5:30 to use the bathroom, and I checked my phone. It might have been 4:30, and a friend of mine sent me the Roush Fenway news saying that he was, at least alive. So that was huge. That really felt a lot better. Yeah, I think I for sure shed a tear or two. I was getting a little emotional because we learn about drivers, but as athletes, a lot of times, especially like now that social media is bigger and everything, you get to know more, like kind of like really the driver outside the car. And Ryan's a great guy. He's a great race car driver. He's done a lot for sport. He's did so much for Roush Racing. It's unreal. Totally turned that program around. He's just been instrumental in just getting that program on the right track. And, the fact that divorce news came out right before, I mean, it just, oh my gosh, like it was just, that would have been so horrible. It would have been, hopefully his injuries aren't life-threatening, but hopefully they're not life-changing injuries as well. Hopefully he can still have a good recovery, a nice, slow, steady recovery, take all the time he needs to get right. And hopefully he's back to normalcy at some point. I really hope that for him. So moving on, let's talk about Front Row Motorsports, because that's what this channel is pretty much mainly about, and some other things on the side. I was extremely pleased with the results of the Daytona 500. I was very happy on the Truck Series with Todd Gilliland and our guys. So to put things in perspective, we're a medium-sized team. I wouldn't say really small, medium. But, you use up a lot more resources and focus when you have to take these torn-up race cars, dismantle them and everything else and pull out all the good stuff and, yada, 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 as opposed to a race car that's just, slightly damaged. Here you go. This is the next race it's going to go into. So with that said, we didn't tear up any race cars. We didn't have to go to any backups. We did have some slight, damage on all three of the cars. Probably John Hunter Nemechek's was probably the worst, but I'm really confident that car can just be kind of massaged a little bit, put some new panels on it, good to go. It still finished the race, looked like it was doing okay. So McDowell finished 14th, John Hunter finished 11th, and then Todd Gilliland finished 16th. All had really fast cars for the most part. I think Todd Gilliland had a really, really strong truck. Todd Gilliland had Black's Tire and Auto Service, as I'm looking at my notepad here. They had Black's Tire and Auto Services on the car. Huge shout out for them. Awesome, you guys. John Hunter had the Sit Card and the Fire Alarm Services as his sponsors. Fire Alarm was associate, Sit Card's primary, and McDowell had the Loves. So moving on, Front Row Motorsports has now not announced the Las Vegas sponsors for the 34 yet. So that kind of bothers me a little bit. Hopefully they got somebody in mind. John Hunter will be running the Speedy Cash sponsor. That's already been announced as primary. And Todd Gilliland will be running the Speedco full-time sponsor. So race was great. You know, we definitely finished pretty much the best we could. Moving on real quick to Las Vegas. What to expect, what do I want to see happen, and kind of ways we can get that to happen, right? So first of all, I noticed on the pit stops at Daytona, especially at 38, seemed a little bit slow on pit stops compared to some of the other teams, but there was a lot of 2 tires and 4 tires there, so it's kind of hard to get a good gauge. You know, hopefully our pit stop guys are the crew members are, you know, knocking them out pretty good. That would help a lot. I would say that if we can get a top 20 out of Las Vegas, that's pretty good from both drivers on the Cup side. Top 15 from one of them would be really good. I think if we qualify 18th to 20th, that'd be nice. But I don't want to see what happened last year where we had just blazing qualifying speed and then our race speed's like non-existent. So I don't really care if we qualify in the top 5 anymore, because last year it seemed like the better we qualified, the worse we ran in the race. I know it's not entirely true, but I'm looking forward to the truck series. I think that FRM truck is a beast. Like, I think that they're going to bring the heat. I think they're going to be knocking out top 5s and 10s, no problem. And they should be. I mean, they're a Cup team. They should have the funding, the budget, the resources. They, you know, assuming that the thought process is what I think it is, it should be that way. So, hopefully they do well. You know, don't beat yourself. Las Vegas is a nice little bumpy track. It's a fun track. It's not really a cookie cutter to me. It's got some character, especially now that it's worn in better. Pit road's pretty hard to get on at Las Vegas. It's tricky. So, you know, don't beat ourselves. Don't speed. You know, typical things like that, right? You know, control tires, all that stuff. You know, whole deal. Don't leave equipment out of the box. You know, and I think we'll have a decent race. But the season starts now. It starts now, and this is where, you know, this is where it gets going. So, it's going to be, you know, this can build momentum towards Atlanta and Homestead and everywhere else that we go, right? So, let's hope for the best. I think the Daytona 500 looked really good for sponsorships, as far as maybe throwing a name out there to get some new sponsors that might not be on board yet. So, I think some good things came from all the TV time and everything else. Hoping. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll get up with you after Las Vegas, and we'll talk some more, do a recap, and then look forward to the next race. Thanks, guys.